Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. We're continuing our reading of Sahih al Bukhari, Volume 1. We were in the book of prayer. Okay, so we're in, if you notice, in most of the Hadith series, all the volumes are very similar to each other in order, except for Riyadh Salihin and this other one I have of Sahih Bukhari summary, which is like 800 pages. I haven't read that on the channel, but I've already read that all myself. But with the other volumes, Tirmidhi, Muslim, Bukhari, Sunan Abu Dawud, a lot of them start out in order, similar to each other. So this helps with repetition, that helps with memorization. So the book of Salah, the prayer, chapter 31. Let's begin. Bismillah. During the obligatory Salah prayers, one should face the Qibla, Kaaba, at Mecca, wherever one may be. Narrated Abu Huraira, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, face the Qibla, Kaaba at Mecca, and say Allahu Akbar. Narrated Bara bin Azib, may Allah be pleased with him, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, offered Salah prayer, facing Bayt ul-Maqdis, Jerusalem, for 16 or 17 months. But he loved to face the Kaaba at Mecca. So Allah Azza wa Jal revealed, verily, we have seen the turning of your Muhammad's face towards the heaven. V2 144. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, faced the Kaaba, and the fools amongst the people, namely the Jews, said, what has turned them from their Qibla, prayer, direction towards Jerusalem, Bayt ul-Maqdis, to which they used to face in prayer? Allah revealed, say, O Muhammad, to Allah belong both east and west. He guides whom He wills to the straight path. V2 142. A man offered Salah with the Prophet, peace be upon him, facing the Kaaba, and went out. He saw some of the Ansar offering the Asr prayer with their faces toward Bayt ul-Maqdis. He said, I bear witness that I offered Salah with Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, facing the Kaaba. So, all the people turned their faces towards the Kaaba at Mecca. Narrated Jabir, may Allah be pleased with him, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, used to offer Salah prayer, optional, not obligatory prayer, while riding on his mount, Rahila, wherever it turned. And whenever he wanted to offer the compulsory Salah, he dismounted and prayed facing the Qibla, Kaaba at Mecca. So notice this. Voluntary prayers you can give while riding. And then compulsory you dismount. I think that's really cool because sometimes as a mom you're thinking to yourself, can I push the stroller and recite my prayers if you hear it? Right? In motion. And then you see that if a man can do it while on a horse, can a woman do it while she pushes a stroller? That's a good question. Narrated Abdullah, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, offered Salah prayer, and the sub-narrator Ibrahim said, I do not know whether he prayed more or less than usual. And when he had finished Salah, he was asked, O Allah's Messenger, has there been any change in the as-Salah, the prayers? He said, what is it? The people said, you have prayed so much and so much. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, bent his legs, faced the Qibla, Kaaba at Mecca, and performed 2 prostrations of Sahw, and finished his prayers with Taslim, by turning his face to the right and left, saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. When he turned his face to us, he said, if there had been anything changed in Salah, surely I would have informed you. But I am human being like you, and liable to forget like you. So, if I forget, remind me. And if any one of you is doubtful about his Salah, he should follow what he thinks to be correct, and complete his Salah accordingly, and finish it, and perform 2 prostrations of Salah. MashaAllah. So here we see, but I am a human. Very important. 32. What has been said about facing the Qibla Kaaba at Mecca, and whoever considered that there was no need to repeat the Salah prayer, if someone offered prayers by mistake, facing a direction other than that of the Qibla. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, did taslim after offering 2 rak'ah of duhur prayer, he then faced the people, and then completed the rest of the prayer. Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, my Lord accepted my invocation with me in 3 things. I said, O Allah's Messenger, I wish we took the maqam place of Abraham, as our praying place for some of our salah prayers. So came the divine revelation, and take you the people of maqam place of Abraham, or the stone on which Ibrahim, may Allah be pleased with him, stood while he was building the Kaaba as a place of prayer. For some of your prayers, e.g. 2 rak'ah, after the tawaf of the Kaaba, V2 125. Number 2. As regards the verse of the veiling of the women, I said, O Allah's Messenger, I wish you ordered your wives to cover themselves from the men, because good and bad ones talk to them. So the verse of the veiling of the women was revealed, V 24:31 and V 33:59. Once the wives of the Prophet, peace be upon him, made united front against the Prophet, peace be upon him, and I said to them, it may be if he, the Prophet, peace be upon him, divorced you all, that his Lord Allah will give him instead of you wives better than you. So this verse, V 66:5, the same as I had said, was revealed. 403. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, while the people were offering the Fajr prayer at Quba near Al-Madinah, someone came to them and said, it has been revealed to Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, tonight, and he has been ordered to offer prayer facing the Kaaba. So turn your faces to the Kaaba. Those people were facing Sham, Jerusalem. So they turned their faces towards the Kaaba at Mecca. Narrated Abdullah, may Allah be pleased with him, once the Prophet, peace be upon him, offered 5 rak'ah in duhur prayer, he was asked, is there any increase in the rak'ah of salah prayers? The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, and what is it? They said, you have offered 5 rak'ah. So he bent his legs and performed 2 prostrations of sah. Chapter 33. To scrape off the sputum from the mosque with the hand using some tool or other, or using no tool. Narrated Anas bin Malik, may Allah be pleased with him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, saw some sputum in the direction of the Qibla on the wall of the mosque, and he disliked that, and the sign of the disgust was apparent from his face. So he got up and scraped it off with his hand and said, whenever any one of you stands for the salah prayer, he is speaking in private to his Lord, or his Lord is between him and his Qibla. So none of you should spit in the direction of the Qibla, but one can spit to the left or under his foot. The Prophet, peace be upon him, then took the corner of his sheet and spat in it and folded it and said, or you can do like this. Oh, okay. So none of you should spit in the direction of the Qibla, but to the left, under your foot, or the corner, like pit, like that. Interesting. Okay, spit. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, saw sputum on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off. So spit, sputum, we call it spit. This must be a new word I've never heard before. At first I thought it meant bird poo. He faced the people and said, whenever any one of you is offering salah prayers, he should not spit in front of him, because in the prayer, Allah is in front of him. There's also loogies. We call them loogies that have snot. Gross, I know, but I'm just letting you know the vocabulary. Narrated Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, the mother of faithful believers, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, saw some nasal secretions, expectoration or sputum on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off. Chapter 34. To scrape the nasal secretion off the mosque with gravel. Oh, that's smart, right? I never thought of that. Ibn Abbas said, if you tread on any wet, filthy thing, wash it away, and if it is dry, don't wash it. Narrated Abu Huraira and Abu Said. Narrated Abu Huraira and Abu Said. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, saw some expectoration on the wall of the mosque. He took gravel and scraped it off and said, if any one of you wanted to spit, he should either spit in front of him. No. If any one of you wanted to spit, he should neither spit in front of him nor on his right, but he should spit either on the left or under his left foot. Not to the right, not to the front. Chapter 35. It is forbidden to spit on the right side while in Salah prayers. Narrated Abu Huraira and Abu Said, and I'll be pleased with them. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, saw some expectoration on the wall of the mosque. He took gravel and scraped it off and said, if any one of you wanted to spit, he should neither spit in front of him nor on his right, but could spit either on his left or under his left foot. Narrated Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, none of you should spit in front or on his right, but he could spit either on his left or under his foot. Chapter 36. One should spit on the left side or under one's left foot. Narrated Anas bin Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, a faithful believer while in as-salah the prayer is speaking in private to his Lord, so he should neither spit in front of him nor to his right side, but he could spit either on his left or under his foot. Narrated Abu Said, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, saw sputum on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off with gravel. Then he forbade spitting in front or on the right, but he allowed it on one's left or under one's left foot. So here we see multiple instances and different wordings of what you're supposed to do concerning spitting. Okay. Chapter 37. The expiation for spitting in the mosque. Narrated Anas bin Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, spitting in the mosque is a sin, and its expiation is to bury it. Chapter 38. The burying of the expectoration in the mosque. Narrated Abu Huraira, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if any one of you stands for as-salah the prayers, he should not spit in front of him, because in salah prayer he is speaking in private to Allah, and he should not spit on his right, as there is an angel. He can spit either on his left or under his foot and bury it. The spit. So, on his right there is an angel. Chapter 39. If the spit or sputum comes out suddenly, then one should spit in the corner of one's garment. Oh, so like when you got one come out, narrated Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, saw expectoration on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off with his hand. It seemed that he disliked it, and the sign of disgust was apparent on his face. He said, if any one of you stands for offering prayer, he is speaking in private to his Lord, or his Lord is between him and his Qibla. Therefore he should not spit towards his Qibla, but he could spit either on his left or under his foot. Then he, peace be upon him, took the corner of his sheet and spat in it, folded it and said, or do like this. So the sign of disgust was apparent on his face. You can see the human angle here. Alright, some people get this idea that in order to be a prophet, you're just like this sort of robot. No. You can see he was disgusted by something. Okay? Chapter 40. Preaching of the Imam to the people regarding the proper offering of as-salah, the prayer, and the mention of the Qibla, Kaaba, and Mecca. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, do you consider or see that my face is towards the Qibla, Kaaba, and Mecca? By Allah, neither your submissiveness nor your bowing is hidden from me. Surely I see you from my back. Narrated Anas bin Malik, may Allah be pleased with him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, led us in a salah prayer, and then got up on the pulpit and said, in your salah and ruku bowing, I certainly see you from my back as I see you while looking at you. Chapter 41. It is permissible to say Masjid, Mosque of Bani so-and-so. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar, may Allah be pleased with him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, ordered for a horse race. The trained horses were to run from a place called Al-Hafiyah to Thaniyat al-Wada, and the horses which were not trained were to run from Al-Thaniyah to the Masjid Mosque of Bani Zurayk. The sub-narrator added, Ibn Umar was one of those who took part in the race. Horse racing is fun. It's really awesome that the Prophet, peace be upon him, ordered that. A little bit of entertainment, as they say. Right? Exciting times. Chapter 42. The distribution of goods or wealth and the hanging of a cluster of dates in the mosque. Narrated Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, some goods or wealth was brought to Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, from Bahrain. The Prophet, peace be upon him, ordered the people to spread them in the mosque. It was the biggest amount of goods or wealth Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, had ever received. He left for as-salah, the prayer, and did not even look at it. After finishing as-salah, he set by those goods or wealth and gave from those to everybody he saw. Al-Abbas came to him and said, O Allah's Messenger, give me something too, because I gave ransom for myself and Aqil. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, told him to take. So he stuffed his garment with it and tried to carry it away, but he failed to do so. He said, O Allah's Messenger, order someone to help me in lifting it. The Prophet, peace be upon him, refused. He then said to the Prophet, peace be upon him, will you please help me to lift it? Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, refused. Then Al-Abbas threw some of it and tried to lift it, but failed. He again said, O Allah's Messenger, order someone to help me to lift it. He refused. Al-Abbas then said to the Prophet, peace be upon him, will you please help me to lift it? He, peace be upon him, again refused. Then Al-Abbas threw some of it and lifted it on his shoulders and went away. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, kept on watching him till he disappeared from his sight, and was astonished at his greediness. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, did not get up till the last coin was distributed. Notice this, so, wow. Kept on watching him till he disappeared from his sight. So the greediness is like, wow. Didn't get up till the last coin was distributed. Notice this. So he stuffed his garment with it, tried to carry it away. So he couldn't lift it. So that really shows you that it was heavy. So he could have taken what he could have carried and been like, that's enough. So take what you can carry is a very common phrase. You know, if you can't carry it yourself, you're taking too much. Taking too much. So we see here that the Prophet, peace be upon him, did say no to a request. He was disgusted by the greed. Chapter 43. Receiving an invitation to dinner in the mosque and accepting it. Narrated Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, I found the Prophet, peace be upon him, in the mosque along with some people. He said to me, Did Abu Talha send you? It should be send you. Did he send you? They put it to your typo. Yes, he said. For a meal? I said yes. Then he said to his companions, get up. They set out, and I was ahead of them. Okay. So, okay, I thought they were going to eat in the mosque, but it appears no, they were not eating in the mosque. Chapter 44, to give the judicial verdicts in the mosque and to perform the li'an between men and women, husbands and wives there. The little ones are playing. Hope they're calm. Narrated Sahih bin Sa'd, may Allah be pleased with him. A man said, O Allah's messenger, if a man finds another man with his wife committing adultery, should the husband kill him? Later on, I saw them, the man and his wife, doing li'an in the mosque. Chapter 45. If someone enters a house, should he offer prayer where he likes, or as he is told? And he should not look out to seek information about the place or do spying. Narrated Itban bin Malik, may Allah be pleased with him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, came to my house and said, where do you like me to offer salah prayers? I pointed to a place. The Prophet, peace be upon him, then said, Allahu Akbar, and we aligned behind him, and he offered a 2 rak'ah prayer. So he asked, where would you like me to pray? That shows the manners, right? Instead of just choosing willy-nilly, you respect that person's home and see where you'll be out of the way and where they do it as well. Think about it. You tell him, I pray over here, right? And then he goes, prays there, and then, you're honored with having the Prophet pray in your house. Okay. Well, we most certainly learned a lot, about spitting. Okay, taking out the gravel. If it's dry, don't make it wet. If it is dry, scrape it off. Spitting on your left and on your left foot or on your garment, not on your right and not in the front. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hope you enjoyed. Lots of hadiths we've read in this book, over 400. Okay, it's fantastic and highly beneficial to our Islamic knowledge. If you'd like to join my blog, it's www.subscribestar.com/Milahan archive. Hope to see you there.